Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 125 of my brand new Comics Haul series, where I show you guys all the new books that I pick up at my LCS every single week. So I've got 5 issues in total this week. I've got 4 from Marvel and 1 from Image, and I also got a collection from Boom Studios that I'll just show quickly at the end. Pretty good week for comics, honestly. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't get. I know that like DC started their new event this week. Marvel had that like Marvel Age number 1000 and some other stuff that came out, but not too many huge things that I picked up myself. Some good issues, but no new number ones or anything. So a pretty chill week. But this is a big issue. We've got Ultimate Invasion issue number 3. So we got announced a couple months ago now. I made a video on it that this is all leading into some sort of new Ultimate Universe, right? The Ultimate Universe was killed off in 2015. Obviously, Marvel's going to bring it back at some point since it was so popular. And they've brought back like a couple of the creators that were kind of central to the Ultimate Universe while it was still around. So Jonathan Hickman writing and Brian Hitch drawing, right? The first issue is really cool. That really wrote me in. We've got God, I'm forgetting his name, but like the Reed Richards, the maker, that's right, the Reed Richards of the Ultimate Universe, who made it into the main Marvel universe that we're used to following. He and like Miles Morales are the only remnants of the Ultimate Universe, right? So he's trying to bring it back in his own way. So we see him escape the 616 universe, and now he's like building his own off of this other universe that he made his way to, but he's able to like use time travel to alter history. So the Hulk is like a symbol of peace. Spider-Man doesn't exist in this universe and stuff like that. There's a lot of little details they introduced in the last issue that I'm not really remembering too well, but honestly, like nothing that crazy happening so far in this series after that second issue. Just kind of fleshing out this world. Not really what I expected, but I guess I'll keep reading and seeing and see what's going on. We've got that Ultimate Universe one shot that comes out after this series is over too. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the whole Ultimate Universe revival thing down in the comments. Next up, though, we got Death of the Venomverse number 3. This one is coming out weekly right now. You got the main story, and then there also have like 2 different backup stories. One of them started last issue. I think both of them did actually, where one of them is like an old time like 90s style Venom thing, and then one is like an anime themed story called Kid Venom. So not sure about the backup stories, but the main story itself has been okay in my opinion. I've liked it enough. I mean, it's just kind of insane, really, is all I can describe it as. It's just Carnage with his godlike powers that he's gotten from all these different, villains in the Marvel Universe, and that whole, like, Rom V Carnage run that just wrapped up. It's him going across every Venom in the universe. There's some things that just can't really be explained with this sort of, like, high concept thing, right? Like, how is only Carnage himself going to go through every single universe? I don't even know how many there are supposed to be in the multiverse. But they're bringing in a lot of fan favorite characters. It has to do with Anne's anti Venom, right? Anne Weying, Eddie Brock's wife. It's like that alternate universe version where she's Agent Venom that is the main character here who's leading this new team of Venoms. This is a lot different than any other kind of Venomverse thing that we've had in the past. And I doubt this will actually be the death of the Venomverse. We'll probably get some sort of sequel at some point. But yeah, if you just like dumb fun, if you're not looking for anything too serious, then try this out. But it's definitely not like too central of an event, I'd say. This is like probably something you could skip because I doubt that too much will be changed by the end of it. But it's kind of cool to see Carnage's progression with all of his new powers and stuff. I've liked that whole storyline. Next up, though, we've got Moon Knight Annual number 1. I'm not really qualified to be reading this. I haven't been reading any of the Contest of Chaos stuff, which this ties into. I think this is like part 5 or maybe part 6 of it. To my best understanding, basically they've got like creative teams that do a main story in every issue, and then there's also a backup story that has the same creative team on it every time that tells more of an interconnected story for Contest of Chaos. All I know about this is just that Agatha Harkness is at the center of it. It has something to do with her taking kind of a villain's role with this new look that she has going on to make her look more like the MCU version, and like pairing heroes against each other to fight for whatever reason. So it's a contest of chaos. It has to do with magic. Artwork is looking interesting in here. The only reason I wanted to get this is because I love the current Moon Knight run, and this is also written by Jed MacKay, who writes that, right? So I figured if he's like willing to write this annual to tie into this event, then it might still be worth picking up, even though I'm not getting anything else. I'm curious though, if you guys have been reading Contest of Chaos, like what's the deal? If you can fill me in if you have any knowledge, I'd appreciate that. But here's a couple of those preview pages in the back for the backup story, which Stephanie Phillips is writing. I think like the main issues of this event and the backup stories. We'll see about that. I'm not too sure about that issue, so hopefully I'll be able to understand it without reading the rest of the stuff. Next up, though, this is a really good ongoing new series. Marvel's going back to the horror theme with Incredible Hulk. This is number 3. We've got Philip Kennedy Johnson writing. He's perfect for this kind of series since he wrote Alien. He's good with horror. And Nick Klein is doing a really good job in the artwork, in my opinion, so far. He's taking kind of like a different style than he was using in Thor. I think it's even like the same artist and colorist that were on Thor before they moved on to this, right? But it's got more of a darker tone. Nick Klein draws Hulk like really big and bulky, a lot bigger than a human. And I remember there being some sort of like part in the letters page where he talks about how he thinks that's how Hulk should be drawn. So I'm liking that. We got like body transformations. We've got Hulk as some sort of king of the monsters that he's supposed to fight. It's all leading to something bigger. So there's definitely some ramifications going on in this series that are going to lead to like ongoing plot lines and stuff. I think we've got guest art next issue already, so let's enjoy the Nick Klein art as much as we can right now. I don't know how long he's actually going to stay on this book, but we'll see. Next up, the only issue I picked up from Image Comics this week. This one is number 5 of World Tree. I think this might be the end of the story arc. I've been liking this okay so far. I think they're really, really drawing out the whole mystery behind whatever is supposed to actually be going on with the World Tree virus. They're giving us a little bit more information every single issue, but all we know so far is that there's this group of like computer engineers that made this virus that can somehow mind control people into going on like murder sprees in the real world when they see it on their computer, right? And now it's come back to a head like 20 years later when they're all adults, so they have to come back together and they're trying to investigate these murders that have happened. It has to do with the brother of this kid that went on one of these murder rampages, and there's also this character who seems to be like an embodiment of the virus who's just like roaming around and killing people. Really like violent comic, I'll say that much. This is not for the faint of heart, but I've been liking it okay so far. Definitely not as much as some other James Tynion stuff. I think it might be a little bit overrated so far, but I recommend it. I mean, try it out, right? It might not be for everybody, but it's pretty good so far. The last thing I picked up, though, this one I got with my store credit, so I've just been picking up this series whenever new trade paperbacks come out, along with Something is Killing the Children, right? So this is the companion title of that. It's House of Slaughter. This is volume 3. It's going back to this storyline that has to do with this character that I'm already forgetting the name of, but the first volume of this had to do with this character and another one who, spoiler, dies in the main Something is Killing the Children series, but yeah, sometimes I get a little bit lost with this. I feel like you need to be reading Something is Killing the Children ongoing to really understand what's going on in House of Slaughter. And I don't get single issues for that series. But yeah, artwork looks cool in here. I mean, it's usually really well written. That's why I keep getting the trade paperbacks. And we'll see about that one. But those were all the issues in that trade paperback I picked up for New Comic Book Day this week. Let me know what you guys picked up if you're getting the new Batman Catwoman crossover event. I think that came out this week, right? I'm not sure about that. But yeah, let me know what you picked up down in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button too while you're down there if you're not already subbed up to the channel. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.